Welcome back to Barbecue with Greg. Let's put that meat on the grill. Let's get started.
Okay, hello there barbecue friends. Today, I'm gonna share with you what I feel is the best way to cook a pork chop. It's gonna take me a couple of barbecues to do this. We're gonna start them off here in the pellet grill. Then we're gonna sear them off here in the Napoleon kettle. I'll take you with me step by step and we'll get this going. We're gonna start off with what's gonna take the longest to cook. So I wanna get a tray of potatoes going in here. So let's start up our Louisiana Grills pellet grill. Okay, we'll set this to about 450. Okay, we'll let that warm up. Okay, we also need to get our charcoal lit and get our fire started in a Napoleon kettle here. So let's get that started. Now I'm just going to start it off with a fire cube here. And put that under the charcoal. There, we'll just let that start up and then we'll mix the charcoal around as it lights. We're gonna start off by putting some roasted potatoes here into the pellet grill. So we are set at 450 degrees. It's gonna take about 45 minutes or so to get these nicely roasted. So what these are just baby potatoes that I quartered. Now what I do, add some vegetable oil, nice generous amount in there. Then I got some keg steak spice. We'll sprinkle some of that in there. This is gonna give that peppery garlic flavor. Okay, let's put these in the grill. So we're gonna put those in there, but every 10-15 minutes or so, we're gonna come in and just kind of stir things around as they roast. Okay, you can see our charcoal here is getting well lit at the back. We're just gonna mix this around. Kind of get our heat evenly distributed across all the charcoal. Ultimately, we just want a nice heated grilling surface right across. So you can see I added a 22-inch Napoleon kettle and an 18-inch Napoleon kettle. I got these two barbecues because they're easy to transport, and I'm gonna be competing in the 519 Barbecue Masters Amateur Barbecue Cook-Off. That's going to be held at GL Heritage Brewing Company, and if you're in the area, stop by, say hello. I'm going to be competing with up to 20 amateur cooks from the area, help showcase what the area has for amateur barbecuers. Okay, we got our potatoes on. We got our charcoal well lit, so I just put the lid on and that'll be ready when we're ready to grill. Time to season the pork chops. I'm going to be using this TBQ's all-purpose seasoning. I got these from my local butcher, Medel's Quality Meats. These are beautiful center-cut pork chops with the bone in. Just going to season these up. We're gonna wait for about 45 minutes or so for our potatoes to be almost done. Then we're gonna lower the temperature on the grill to about 250. Then we'll put the pork chops on. I like to give them a quick stir. I don't want anything really sticking at the bottom. Give the tray a turn around. You can see that oil just kind of bubbling there in the corner. Seasoning's coating nice on everything. Okay, we'll just kind of spread it back around again and we'll come back in another 15 minutes. Okay, the potatoes have been on here a total of a half hour. Let's give them another mix, see what they look like. Oh yeah, you can hear that sizzling. Kind of stick to the bottom a little bit, but that's fine. That's how you know they're roasting. Perfect. See some of those golden pieces there? Oh, it's gonna be good. Okay, we'll spread those out. Leave them go another 15 minutes. We'll let these go another 15 minutes. We'll drop our temperature down to 250. Then we'll put our pork chops on. The potatoes have been on the grill for 45 minutes. Let's give them one last stir. Oh, wow. You can see these are just looking beauty here. Okay, put those back on. Let's now lower our temperature here. Go down to 250 degrees. Okay, once our temperature hits 250, we'll put our pork chops on. Okay, our grill temperature came down to 250 degrees. Let's get our meat on. Okay, we just put our temperature probe in the center of that pork chop. This will give us a reading here, and we'll wait for that to be around 125 degrees or so. And then we'll do the next step. Okay, we're almost at 120 degrees on this meat. What I want to do is take the lid off of here. You can see I'm almost 700 degrees interior temperature on this. I'll show you what my coals look like. Got a nice hot bed of coals here. We'll get ready to sear those pork chops. So before we sear these pork chops, just for fun, let's do a temperature reading on that grill. We're 785 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a pretty good searing temperature there. You can see how juicy these are. You can see where the temperature probe was. It's just a pool of liquid there. These should be really good. So what I'm going to do, just leave them on there for a minute. Then I'm going to turn them 90 degrees. We can go for another 30 seconds or so. Then we're going to flip them over. Go. See that nice searing on there? Okay, now we'll put them back on the pellet grill. Put them back on there. Now we'll take our next three.
sear those. Wow, you can just smell those just searing so nicely. There we are. Only had a couple that curled just a little bit, but for the most part they stayed nice and flat. Got some nice grill marks. There we go, perfect temperature, 140. Okay, we gotta pull these off. These on the potatoes.
There, I'll bring all this in and we'll come back for the taste test. Well, there we have it. Pork chops cooked both on the pellet grill and on the Napoleon kettle grill. Roasted potatoes on the pellet grill. Let's give it a taste. Now you can see the sear on the potato there from flipping it around in that pan. Wow, I just love the roasted potato taste. That steak rub gives you that peppery garlic taste to it. I just love it. Now, the pork chop. A lot of times when you're cooking pork chop and you're searing it over the grill, it tends to curl up and kind of ball up when you get up to temperature. When you do it on a pellet grill like this, you slowly bring up and render the fat down within the pork chop, and it tends to keep it nice and flat. And then the high heat, of course, if you leave it on there too long, will get it to curl, but we get that sear on the outside without raising the interior temperature too far because it's already there. Let's cut into that. You can see that's just cooked perfectly, nice and white right through. Let's give it a taste. Boy, that sear from the hot grill is so flavorful. You get a little taste of the barbecue rub on the outside, and the inside so moist. This is a perfect way to cook a pork chop. Of course, you got to start with good quality pork chops. Boy, that's good stuff. So July 3rd, I'll be competing 519 Amateur Cook-Off. There'll be at least 20 teams of local amateurs. I got my buddy Mike coming out with me. It's going to be at GL Heritage Brewing Company. So if you like the idea of cooking the pork chops like this on 2 different grills, like what I'm doing, I appreciate you smash that like button. Want to see more cooks like this? Click that subscribe. And we'll see you next time on Barbecue with Greg.
Thanks for watching Barbecue with Greg, one of those barbecue cooking shows people watch on YouTube sometimes.